Hi, good afternoon to all of you. So, I'm Rashid and today we have assembled here basically to discuss about history optional. Clear? So, it is a kind of history optional workshop where we are going to discuss that how this optional is promising briefly. We had discussed earlier also, and at the same time we'll be discussing how we are going to cover the history optional in coming session. What would be the models followed by us? Clear? So first of all, clear? Let us understand one thing, that optionals are still very decisive in UPSC preparation. It don't think that it only carries 500 marks, but it carries the most decisive mark, because in optional you can score anything provided you have right approach and you have the mastery over the subject. Clear? So provided with right approach and strategy, you can score anything, high marks in optional, and that plays a decisive role to ensure your selection in UPSC examination. History is one of the most promising optional. It has always been a promising optional that has given some very prominent, wonderful results. In fact, top rankers, top rank holders have emerged from history optional, and they have been promoting history, or they have been claiming that history is highly interesting provided right approach and strategy is followed. Clear? So that is why now in this session we are going to discuss what would be the strategy that we will be adopting to cover history optional. Clear? History optional comprises of 4 sections, you must be knowing. Clear? The 4 sections in paper 1 of history optional. The two major areas which are covered, these areas include ancient India, and second is the medieval India. Clear? So ancient and medieval India in paper 1, and in paper 2. Clear? We have modern India and world history. Clear? So this is the broad classification of the syllabus of history optional. Paper 1 carries 250 marks, paper 2 carry 250 marks. Paper 1 includes ancient and medieval, paper 1 includes ancient and medieval, paper 2 includes modern India and world history. Clear? Now these 4 areas to be covered, to write 5 questions from each section, even though there are subparts of the question. One major thing to be done initially is understand the syllabus of this examination. So in the classes I have discussed the syllabus, topics and subtopics, even micro detailing of the topics. Clear? So all these things has been done. Clear? At the very outset I'll let you know that we will be giving you video classes. What is the logic of video classes? Clear? Logic of video classes is, clear, that you can at your ease can look into the videos and at the same time cover the whole history optional without taking the pain to attend physical classes. History more or less remains to be static in nature, so it has been recorded covering all the syllabus that will be there with you. So obviously the work is done. Moreover, the greatest advantage is you can watch 2 videos also in a day. Altogether we have 110 videos, and altogether if you watch 2 videos in a day also, you will be able to cover history optional within 2 months. Clear? So at max it won't take more than 4 months, and at the same time it can be completed in 2 months. It all depends on your own time and at the same time commitment. So everything, the whole assets will be given to you, and thereafter you can cover history optional as soon as possible. Moreover, clear, all the topics and subtopics has been covered thoroughly in the class. Once I have taken those topics, I have explained the concept, I have given dictation also. Even those notes in printed form directly from class would be given to all of you, so that while watching the videos you don't have to take the pain of making notes also. Clear? You can just go on marking the things in the notes itself, and therefore everything is done. Moreover, efforts has been taken to ensure no extra study material is required. Clear? In fact, the most important issue with history optional is that if you want to cover on your own, you will have to look into various sources, multiple sources. For instance, I'll let you know, clear? If you want to cover ancient India only, you have to refer to IGNOU booklets, NCRTs, then you have to refer to Upinder Singh, D.N. Jha, R.S. Sharma, D.D. Kosambi, and so on. If you look into medieval India, you have to take care of IGNOU notes, NCRT, Satish Chandra, Irfan Habib, and other important works. In modern India, the source becomes more multiple, more multiplied. Clear? It may include NCRTs, IGNOU booklets, then Bipan Chandra, Sumit Sarkar, Ramchandra Goa, and many more, Sunita Menon. Then in modern world history, again, you have to go through multiple sources like Arjun Dev, Ranjan Chakrabarti, and at the same time, through books like Norman Loy, all this, because one single book will not cover the entire syllabus. So here comes the role of these video classes, whereby all the sources has been covered directly in the classes. While watching the classes, you will get all the informations of these books arranged in chronological and sequential manner along with the notes as well. So you don't have to do anything, just watch the videos back at your place, mark the notes that has been given to you, directly the dictation part, so you are not able to suppose to make notes also. And once you watch the videos, you can watch videos twice a day also, 2 videos in a day, you will be able to cover the whole history optional within a short span of time. Clear? So obviously we'll take care of everything. Moreover, even though these are video classes, I'll be coming regularly in front of you, and we'll have a mentorship session at least once in a month. And if requirement comes, a requirement is there, I'll be coming twice or more than that also to clear all your doubts. Clear? So don't feel that you have taken video classes, you won't be able to interact with me. Obviously, I'll be there at your service anytime. Just let us know, we'll be there anyway. As a routine matter, I'll be coming to you for every month as a mentorship session. We'll discuss all the major topics that can be covered in 1 month, and I'll let you know how to proceed. Moreover, clear? Apart from this, as we had discussed in the last workshop also, that apart from these notes, you just need to focus more on map entries. My book is there in the market, that is Map Entries for History Optional, published by GK Publication, and that is the most authentic one, referred to by every candidate with history optional, because there is no other work on map entries available. Clear? Then thereafter, after completing the whole syllabus, you will have to look into the previous year questions and answers. In fact, I have again authored 2 volumes of history optional solved papers right from 1979 till 2022, in which every answer has been written in scientifically and in power-packed manner that will give you a sense how to formulate the answer. So even if I'm not there, these books will really guide you to sail through in history optional, and therefore without much effort you will be able to cover history optional within time frame. At the same time, clear, if you really want me to get some of your answers evaluated, you can send those answers to me online. In fact, there's a portal also. I'll myself evaluate those answers, will send back the reverse answers, evaluated answer sheets, so that you can come to know about the assessment, the real feedback. Clear? So everything would be done on a routine basis, and you will never feel that you are attending only video classes without any connectivity with the faculty. I'm there. More importantly, I'll let you know that all the 110 videos of 2.5 hours each that covers all these 4 sections has been taken only by me. There's no sharing of topic and all, so that once the tuning gets developed with me, that tuning will work with you throughout the course, and therefore it will never be disturbed. So with that tuning, you will be able to complete the syllabus in one rhythm without any hiccups, without any interruptions. Clear? So the purpose of getting into this mode of giving optional or teaching optional is basically to facilitate the students back at their place in any part of India, not only in the city of Delhi, to sit back at your home, to have just an Android phone before you and go on covering the syllabus topic by topic serially. At the same time, to make your work much more easier, we have given the class notes in printed form. So obviously there's no point of legibility of reading the answer also, reading reading, the handwriting also. It is in a proper written form, and that too it will be given to you in soft copy. So obviously soft copy will be there. You can go on marking the notes while dictate the classes. So obviously it is perfectly synchronized with class dictation and the notes, because those notes are from classes itself. Clear? So obviously things would be covered without much effort. Clear? And once you do that, obviously go on writing practice as well, go on practicing map entries as well. Take my book of map entries, that is map entries for history optional. There I have followed the grid pattern. Clear? In fact, I have explained earlier in the workshop also that grid pattern is the only way to solve the map entries question, because obviously you won't be able to locate the sites within India. Just understand the nature. Clear? The very first question of paper 1 is related to map entries of 50 marks. It is highly scoring in nature. You can score even 80% marks in that question. That will obviously shoot your score in paper 1. And in paper 1, therefore, people do score 150 plus easily. And therefore, if you score 150 plus easily and you score 150 plus here itself, your score will be 300 plus, which is the score of toppers. And people, they do get 300 plus marks in history optional. In fact, the first rank holder last year only got more than 300 marks with history optional. She topped the UPSC list with history as an optional subject. Clear? So my point is that in paper 1, 150 plus can easily be crossed if map entries questions handled properly. And there's only one source to cover map entries, that is my work, which has been scientifically designed. Clear? All other sources available also, they are already pointing the sites but not mentioning the grid pattern. Clear? And therefore this is the only work which is based on grid pattern. Clear? And through grid pattern, lines are to be drawn. I can explain the concept also. Thereafter you can locate the sites, and then you have to write short notes on that. Even short notes and descriptive notes are mentioned in that book. So obviously it will again make it much more easier for you to complete the map entries work as well. With those map entries, you will be able to solve the questions easily. Clear? So obviously all these things will really help you out to solve the papers. In fact, clear, all these things needs to be known, needs to be understood clearly, because these books really helps you out to prepare map entries. Clear? And all toppers from history optional also recommend this book. That needs to be done. In fact, I'll let you know how to go about it. Clear? So once map entries is done, then you have to go with ancient India and then the medieval India. In medieval India, first question is mandatory, which comprises of 5 short notes, and I have dealt with short notes specifically like Chola temple architecture or like Basavanna's movement. Clear? Or other important developments like Shankaracharya. Clear? So obviously those notes will really help you. Explanation of videos will really help you to prepare the short notes properly, and with those short notes prepared properly, clear, you will be able to handle the compulsory question perfectly. And then you can write 1 or 2 questions from medieval India, because altogether you have to attend 5 questions from paper 1, that is selecting at least 1 question from ancient India apart from compulsory question and 2 questions from medieval India apart from compulsory question. If you are writing 1 question from medieval India, you will have to write 2 questions from ancient India. Clear? So once the whole syllabus is covered, obviously you will have sufficient choice to select the proper question and then to write the answer. So because if you cover the whole syllabus thoroughly, obviously nothing is left and you will be knowing each and every question. The challenge is to write perfect answer, and to develop that skill, obviously I have authored 2 previous books on previous questions and answers of UPSC right from the very beginning when UPSC began to conduct its mains examination in 1979 till 2022. Clear? So comprehensive one, volume 1 covers ancient and medieval India, volume 2 covers modern India and world history. Clear? So obviously that will really help you out to understand the nuances of answer writing. Clear? At the same time, once you cover the topic and you have looked into previous questions and answers also, the next major work to be done with respect to history optional is to prepare yourself for examination. And to prepare for examination, one thing to be done is you have to revise the topics continuously. Keep on revising the topics continuously from the class notes. If you want to watch the videos again, clear, because those videos will remain on the portal for at least 1 year for you, clear. So you can, it is the advantage is you can watch the videos again, and when you watch the videos again, it gets reverberated in your mind, it gets revised. This is the advantage over physical classes. The reason is, in physical classes, once the classes is done, you cannot go and revert back to those classes, but those classes of mine will be available to you. So suppose one topic you want, you are not able to get confidence, you want to revise it again, you watch the videos again, obviously you can go back to the videos on the portal, watch the videos properly, and then correlate with the notes as well. This is another advantage of going for video classes, clear. At the same time, once you have revised the things properly, next and ultimate final stage is to achieve peak performance whereby you can score 300 plus marks in history optional, and this is to be done through regular writing practice, clear. And how to start with writing practice, we'll discuss that also, clear. In fact, the first major thing to be kept in mind for writing practice is to understand the question, demand of the question, as well as the meaning of the commanding words like discuss, explain, critically explain, comment, elucidate, illustrate, clear. In fact, in all my books, the first thing that I have done is I have given the meaning of these commanding words, so that if you understand the meaning of these commanding words, it would very important, it would become easy for you to understand the question properly. Once you have understood the question, then comes the writing practice, clear. You can start writing practice after completing the course. Once you start writing practice and you want these answers to be evaluated from me, I'm always there. You can send me your evaluated sheets on my WhatsApp number also, or on the portal also, clear. Obviously, you will get the proper UPSC compatible feedback, that too on time. That will help you to assess your performance, to improve further, because writing practice is one thing that goes on continuously, and obviously in course of time you will be able to write power-packed answers. Such power-packed answers, clear, will really help you to score higher marks, clear. So these are some of the things to be taken care of with respect to history optional, and these video classes will really come to you as a handy material to prepare history optional without any complications, clear. Next question, there's a question from student Balduz Faruqi. Sir, please tell us about historiography, how to find theories of different historians and implement them in answers. Yeah, very important thing. The question is very valid, clear. The question is related to historiography, clear. In fact, this is the thing that differentiates history optional from history of general studies, clear. Because in general studies we don't have to worry about historiography. In fact, we don't have to cover historiography, we have to write straightforward, clear. But in optional, historiography plays an important role. Unless you write the perspectives, the opinions of prominent historians, answers are not given weightage in optional, because optional requires mastery over the discipline, and that is concerned with historiography, clear. Because different perspectives, different theories given by scholars needs to be taken care of. Now, questions, please tell us about historiography. Historiography means the method and the process of writing history. It's a process and method how to write history, because writing history is a scientific work that shifts from phase to phase, clear. And first of all, to write history, there are two things to be taken care of. First of all, to write history, or any historians who writes history, they consider two things, that is historical facts, and second important thing is historical values, clear. History cannot be completely factual, and history cannot be totally value based, clear. If it is completely factual, obviously it won't be able to convey any implied message, and if it is only value based, it will be a work of fiction, not history, clear. So history is something which is based on solid facts and evidences with set amount of social values, and obviously it leads to strong messages for people who have interest in history, clear. So obviously historiography means that any historian who writes history, he has to take the base of facts and then to give his own interpretation of values, and these values becomes interpretation of history. So historiography is also about about facts and the values incorporated by the historians. So obviously historiography needs to be taken care of, whereby different theories, varied theories, divergent theories has been given by scholars on different topics. For instance, I'll explain you. Clear? Take for instance the case of Aryans in India. Clear? So Aryans who came to India. Aryans, there are different theories related to Aryans' arrival in India. Clear? Some scholars, clear, the most important scholar on Rig Veda that mentions about Aryan, this most important scholar is Frederick Max Muller. Frederick Max Muller. And he says that Aryans came from Central Asia. So he believes that Aryans came to India from northwestern side, from Central Asia. This is one theory of historiography. Clear? At the same time, clear, some scholars, even the national leader of India, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, clear, Bal Gangadhar Tilak believed that Aryans came to India from the Arctic region. Clear? So Aryans theory is related to Arctic region. Clear? Some scholars like Germans, they believe that Aryans emerged from Germany. Clear? Because Aryans belong to the Nordic race, the most refined race in the world, and Nordic race originated from Germany. So Aryans came from Germany. Some Indian scholars like S. Kark, clear, they believe that Aryans were indigenous to India. Clear? So there is a theory related to indigenous theory of Aryans. So Aryans were indigenous to India. So different theories are given related to Aryans. So we cannot simply read about Aryans. Clear? First of all, classically, the word Aryan meant noble origin, higher origin. But of late, some scholars have interpreted that the word Ar means language, linguistic group, because Aryans came from Central Asia, they went to Iran. From Iran, they took the language known as Indo-Iranian language. Through Indo-Iranian language, they came to India and they introduced Sanskrit in India based on Brahmi script. Clear? So obviously, with respect to one topic, Aryans only, we have large number of views. Now, if you want to prepare on your own, you will have to refer to different sources for historiography. Clear? Because all the theories are not given at one place. So for one theory, you have to read one book. For another theory, you have to read another book, and that normally takes a huge toll of time, huge time and your energy. Obviously, to save that energy and time, we have come out with this kind of course whereby all historiography which has been prepared, given in the class, has been given to you at one place, so that with that you are able to incorporate historiography properly in your answers. So in the video, we'll learn about historiography, and then you will learn how these in the notes how historiography has to be incorporated in question answers, because in previous question answers in my book, I have given historiography in sufficient amount. Clear? This is one theory. Clear? Again, I'll let you know another example. There are different theories related to decline of Harappan civilization. One school of thought, one school of theory means abrupt theory of decline. Clear? Because abrupt theory means that Harappan civilization declined abruptly, and there's a gradual decline. Clear? That is gradual theory, the decline theory. Clear? So abrupt decline theory and the gradual decline theory. Clear? Now, abrupt decline theory, the scholars like major persons like D.P. Agarwal and Sood. Clear? D.P. Agarwal and Sood says that Harappan civilization declined because of shifting of river Indus. Clear? So D.P. Agarwal and Sood has another theory. Clear? Then at the same time, there is a hydrologist known as R.L. Rakes. Clear? He believed that Indus Valley civilization declined due to continuous flooding. So flooding led to decline of Indus Valley civilization. There's a scholar, British scholar, archaeologist known as Wheeler, who believed that Indus Valley declined due to Aryan invasions. So different historiography is related to abrupt decline. Gradual decline explained by a great expert, Fair Service. Clear? And this person, Fair Service, believed that Indus Valley civilization declined due to ecological imbalance created by demand and supply. Population went on multiplying, and Indus Valley went on cultivating the same area. That led to gradual erosion of fertility of soil, and therefore people shifted from urban areas to rural areas to undertake agriculture. Clear? So this became a major factor for decline of Indus Valley civilization. Clear? So there are theories with every topic of Indus history optional. Clear? In prehistory, when you come to Neolithic age, there's a theory of Neolithic revolution given by Gordon Child. We have to prepare Gordon Child. Indus Valley, you have to prepare these theories. Aryans, we have to prepare these theories. Then with respect to Mahajanpa, the different perceptions of D.D. Kosambi, who highlights the importance of iron. There is a different theory given by R.S. Sharma, who highlight the geographical factors like strategic location of Rajgiri and Patliputra. Then we have theories of Romila Thapar. Obviously, you cannot read all these works because all these authors have written their own work. Clear? You cannot go on reading these works separately because obviously one single work will take itself 1 month or 1.5 months. Clear? So obviously the work will not be served. When you move to other topics like Mauryans, we have different theories given by S.C. Ray Chaudhary, Romila Thapar, D.D. Kosambi, especially related to Ashokan Dhamma. Clear? Then in post-Mauryan period, which is age of mercantilism, there's a theory of assimilation and interaction given by Upinder Singh and other important scholars as well. When you go to Gupta period, when you cover Golden Age, that there's a theory of Golden Age or Classical Age given, which has been refuted by another scholar, D.N. Jha, the professor from Delhi University, in his book, The Introduction to Ancient India. Then we have feudalism, the most important authority on feudalism or Samant system being R.S. Sharma. So obviously, you cannot read all these works on your own. If you start also, it will take a huge time. And obviously, history option will not be completed even in one single year also. Clear? So that is why all those historiography from different sources in ancient, medieval, modern and world has been taken together, incorporated in properly arranged video classes given to you at one place to watch at your own ease and time so that you are able to complete history optional without taking the pain of traveling here and there for classes. Moreover, you don't even have to make the notes also because all the historiography informations are there in the printed form. You just have to underline. Moreover, you don't have to do anything about map entries also. Books is there. You just have to practice some of them. Even previous questions, the books are available of mine in the market. The only thing that you have to do is on your own is that after doing all these exercises, in order to achieve peak performance, you have to start writing practice. And in writing practice also, I'll be at your service. When you write any script, I will evaluate it personally, will be reverted back to you with proper feedback, and with proper writing practice, again back at your place only. Clear? You will be able to earn peak performance mastery to reproduce the knowledge, and therefore you will go to mains examination with all confidence to write proper answers. Clear? So obviously this is the approach, this is the mode that we will be following with respect to history optional, and that will really help you out to prepare optional without taking much effort. Rest of the time you can devote to prepare your general studies topics. So the general studies has got 4 papers altogether, and general studies is important for prelims also, for mains also, and even for interview as well. So obviously that will really, you will be able to have more liberty to give more time on your GS subjects, and GS can also be prepared thoroughly, so that once optional GS is prepared thoroughly, obviously it will become much more easier for you to get through in this examination without much issue. Clear? So with keeping in mind the overall requirement from a candidate in UPSC examination, we have come out with this kind of unique course, that is history optional in recorded form, so that sitting back at your place without taking much effort and curtailing the time limit also, you can cover the syllabus without compromising with the quality. Clear? And if you start doing that without compromising with quality, obviously you will be able to earn mastery over the subject. And take my words, clear, you will really enjoy the process. Clear? We had discussed in the previous workshop also that we have busted some myths related to history optional, that history is more dry in nature, monotonous in nature, dates are there, figures are there. No, you don't have to memorize anything. When you start attending the video sessions, you realize that history is largely logical in nature. Everything has certain amount of logic and sense, which I keep on emphasizing from class to class. So obviously everything will get internalized, clear, and you will start enjoying the process in this journey. And when you start enjoying the process, believe me, leave aside 2 videos, you can watch 3 videos in a day, and obviously history will optional will complete it within no time limit. Clear? In fact, the others optional may go on for 4.5 months or 5 months. Here the work will be done in 1.5 months only. Clear? And obviously in this 1.5 months, when you watch 3 videos also in a day, obviously you are done with history optional easily, and that will save your time and energy, and you can focus that energy to other areas of preparation that will ensure your success in the examination finally. Clear? So this kind of course is perfectly compatible with the overall strategy and requirement of this examination, and that will really help you out to focus on every segment with honesty, and that will help you to crack the examination. This is the approach. So obviously with this, keeping with all these things in mind, we have come out with this course of video classes related to history optional. And more so, as you all know, history is largely a static subject, not a dynamic one like political science and public administration. It doesn't require much of updation. So obviously it has been covered, all the syllabus and subtopics have been covered, and once you go through video classes, the thing is done. At the same time, if required, some major issues has emerged which needs to be added related to archaeological science and all, I'm always there to help you out, because every month I'll be meeting you through virtual media, and we'll discuss the burning issues in history, and that I will let you know how to add on with the topic. Suppose for instance, certain important information has come on pictographic script of Harappan civilization. Obviously I'll come and discuss with you so that you can incorporate the contemporary developments also, and that will help you to update the history. But that is not much required in history optional, believe me, and that is what the best part with history is. Once it is covered finally. Clear? And last but not the least, clear, history optional will obviously facilitate you in GS, because large areas of GS are covered with history optional. In prelims, out of 100 questions, you get 15 to 20 questions of quality from history and culture every year, and in mains examination GS paper 1 of 250 marks, you will get at least 125 to 150 marks questions from history. And from perspective of optional, when you prepare history, you will be writing much better answers than other candidates in examination room. Moreover, art and culture in GS, which is a very tough nut these days, clear, elaborately art and culture has been covered with ancient, medieval and modern in history optional. There also you will have an edge over other candidates once to write GS paper. So that effort that has to be given for GS will also be saved while you start preparing with history optional. Synonymity with GS is also a very motivating factor to go for history as an optional subject. Clear? So this is again an important factor to be kept in mind. Clear? All these things will be taken care of with history as an optional subject. Is it clear? Any other query that you want to ask the online students especially, because obviously these will be video classes, so you will be looking after this and I'll be there with you, don't worry about it. Any other question that comes to your mind related to history optional? Clear. So this would be the broad strategy. I'll just wind up the session after discussing those things once again. History optional would be given to all of you in video classes in single go. It will be available on KSG portal. Clear? It will be available for 1 year, not only for 2 months, 3 months or 4 months. So even if you want to revise, you can revert back to the portal of that video, go through the videos again. While you are watching the videos, part videos of 2.5 hours each, 110 videos, clear? You can watch 2 videos in a day to cut short the time of your preparation, and therefore you can complete the history optional within 2 months. While watching the videos, you don't have to make notes also, because class notes has been given to you in printed form. You just have to underline them in the class. It's at there only. So in this way, history optional will be completed with proper conceptual clarity and within time frame. Clear? at the same time. Once you complete this, you will be able to solve map entries, because I have given special focus on map entries that you will find in notes also, and I have a separate book on map entries. After doing this, or meanwhile, we can complete topic, look into previous questions along with answer. That books is there in my market, that is by me, written by me. That will really help you to understand what are the requirements of a perfect answer, near perfect answer, and then you will give a sense how to present facts and figures or informations in form of answers. Once you do all these exercises, when you start writing practice, I'll be there with you, and whenever you write any answers and wants to get it evaluated, send it to me. With UPSC compatible standard, the answers will be evaluated with necessary feedback and review. Clear? So this would be the strategy that we will be following related to history optional, and with this you will be able to solve the papers. You will be able to cover the entire subject without any problem as such. Clear? The best part is the whole asset is there with you. Keep on watching them, and once you start watching them, obviously it will really help you out to understand the whole thing within a short span of time. Clear? So this is the thing. Other important things I have already discussed in the previous workshop. So first of all, start the process. In this journey, I am there with you. I'll be coming to meet you regularly through virtual medium, and that will really help you out to sort out major issues as well. So no issues at all. Start preparing for this optional, and these video classes will really come handy to you, especially when the time constraint is always there with candidates. They can sit back and with least effort they can prepare history as their optional subject. Clear? So I just wanted to have discussion on these issues, and I think things are clear to all of you. So all the best to all of you. See you then, and don't worry about it. Clear? If you have any issues, just write your queries on the portal. I'll always address those issues, and at least once in a month, I'll be always there with you. Clear? So thank you and all the best.